Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial where we'll be guiding you on how to edit podcasts faster using Descript AI. Of course you want to make things faster, so at the end of this video you can use our link to get Descript at the end of this video. If you'd like to make things easier in your production process to edit your podcasts faster, here on Descript you can simply come over to this area right here, and then just below it you see some options. Now these are templates that you can use. So instead of just coming over here, bringing the file, typing everything from start to the finish, you can come over to browse more templates. Now, of course, we could simply click on rough cut of podcast, but once we click on browse more template, you don't just see the name of the template, you also see what it will do. We have a rough cut of podcasts. What does it do? Well, it turns a raw podcast recording into a polished episode, then creates social clips and show notes. So this is something you might want to do with your podcast. So let's go ahead and click on Use Template. Of course, it says here, turning the raw podcast recording into a polished episode. Then it will create social media clips and show notes. So we'll see if it will differentiate it or if it will go ahead and create short clips. So let's click on Use Templates. And on this page, it currently says found no media file. So we'll need to bring in a media file. So let's say that this is a media file from our podcast. We just simply need to drag and drop it here. And once it shows a blue highlight, you can let it go. It's currently uploading and we're going to wait for that to happen. Well, during the process, because Descript actually edits the script, instead of just using the video like any standard video editor, it will need to transcribe your video, so we're going to wait for that to happen as well. Great, so we don't have any pending processes and we have our video properly uploaded. And here it says step 1, upload your main podcast recording. So that's what you need to do. And once you upload it, it's going to detect if it's a single video or audio file or if it has multiple files. So of course we have our video as a sample, and then we're going to click on submit with this button right here. So of course it's doing its thing and it's going to do the rest. So we're going to simply wait for it. Remember, this makes your editing of your podcast easier. So let's just wait and see. So for step 2, it says optional music and intro or outro files. Do you have any additional files you'd like to add? So this is something you'll need to read through, and if you have introductory files or outro file or music, you'll need to bring them right here. It says, if not, just let me know and we'll proceed with editing your main podcast file. And then here it provides a note. So this is what Descript will do as part of its process. We'll complete the full podcast edit first, and then I'll ask about creating social clips and audio diagrams afterward. So this is great, and we're just simply going to click on the submit button. And because we didn't provide anything else, it will proceed to editing the main podcast file. So this takes you through the processes so you know what it's doing exactly, and it's just updating you. So right here, it's provided a plan. It's going to add your main podcast video, remove retakes and trim, shorten word gaps, remove filler words, and all of these is what's going to happen to your video. So you could go through all of it. And here's the thing, if you don't want any of these things to be done, you just simply need to state that right here in the Ask Underlord input area. But of course, if you like what you're seeing and you'd like to rather add some more information or more prompt, you could do that as well. But if everything is fine as it is, you can come over here and click on Approve Plan. There is a style direction, which of course you could click on it. And here you have the aspect ratio. You could change that. The layout pack, you could click on the drop down and you have some other layout packs right here. So you could choose from these layout packs. It's pretty much up to you. So with the default option, we're going to go with that. And then of course, if you've made any changes, you could click apply changes and that will be fine. So with that done, let's click away from that and click on approve plan. So Descript takes you through the process and keeps you in the know by updating you exactly what it's doing each step of the way. So you can look through this area and see it. So with everything done, we're finally here. What has Descript done? Well, from everything we've asked Descript to do, it's provided a summary of what it's done. You can see the episode description which has been generated and your timestamped show notes. So you have these notes here and you can see the edits that it has applied, such as removing retakes, shortening long pauses, removing filler words, etc. Now we're going to play a few seconds to see what it's been able to do. Let's go. Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial where we'll be showing you how to export contacts from Flowdesk. Great. Did you notice anything? Well, at the beginning, you can see the transition from black hello everyone to white. So that's a basic transition and that's fine. And then you also notice, and welcome to this, that right here you can see tutorial hosts and Flowdesk export. So while we appreciate this, we don't want this. And we're going to click on this, like double click on it. And then you can see that you can make some edits right here. You could change the text font, the color, the effect, the animation, and more options. Of course, if you'd like to change its position, you can come over here. And once you hover over the x-axis or the y-axis, you can see that the icon changes, which means that you can make some changes right here. So just click on it, go to your left or go to your right to change the height of the tutorial host writing. So we just moved it a bit to the left in order to raise it up a bit. That was for the y-axis. So you can click on Flowdesk export, and then we're also going to do the same. So this takes this right here. And then we're also going to click on this. Hello everyone and welcome to this. So you can see right here that you can change it if you'd like to put your name or any other information that is important or pertinent. And then we'd also like to show you that once you come over here, there is a break here. And once you hover over it, you can see edit transition. Now, if we play this, let's just move the playhead backward a bit. And then we want to cross over to this place and then get here to see the transition. Let's go ahead. How to export contacts from. So there isn't any transition right there. So we're going to click on the edit transition icon and the transition is smart transition. It's not so obvious. So we're going to come over to another option. We're going to say wipe just to get the effect, right? You can also set the duration, the direction of the swipe. So you can see from left to right, we're fine with that. And we're going to click on our playhead to bring it right here and see how this changes. Let's go. How to export contacts from Flowdesk. You can see the difference right here. This has transitioned the animation of what we had right here, tutorial host, Flowdesk expert, and it's out. So that's how we have it right now. So after that's done, you can come over here and play with some other settings, but you can see that with Descript, you've been able to remove the filler words, the repetitions, the ums and ahs, and also studio sound has been applied to your video. If we go over to Underlord again, at the bottom right corner, you can see exactly what it's done in order to inspect it and see if it did a great job. So after you've been able to use the features here on Descript, you can go over to the export button and then you have 5 options to export. You can export the video, the audio, the timeline, the transcription, or the subtitles. Now, of course, you have the timeline if you'd like to use this edit in your professional editing software without having the video itself complete. Now, what this does is it basically transfers the whole video file just as you had here in different splits and segments, and that's exactly what you see in your professional editor. But of course, if you're satisfied with everything right here in Descript, you can just simply click on video and then decide where you'd like to have the export put in. So we have Descript, web link, and if we want to have it in our local export, you can click on it. You also have YouTube options, so you can just simply move it from where you have it here on Descript over to your YouTube channel and have it ready for your audience to enjoy. So these options are available for you, so you could choose what you want. You can also see the size, and then you want to click on publish. Of course, this is because we have the Descript web link. If we have local export, you're going to see it change from publish to export. And if you're going to YouTube, you also click on sign into YouTube. And this is because you need to sign in and connect your YouTube with Descript in order to have a smooth transfer from your Descript into YouTube. So this is how Descript makes your editing of your podcast faster. If you'd like to make things easier in your production process, you can use our link to get Descript at the end of this video. Do let us know if this was helpful, and thanks for watching.